Hi, everyone. Hello. Welcome to episode 528, part 2. Episode 95, year 528, part 2 of the Great Pendragon Campaign. There we go. I do not think we're going to be on the 528 session yet, but who knows?
Yeah.
There's a lot of feasts coming up. Yeah. All right, so we are still in the year 528. We just had our Easter feast. Now everybody's back in Logaris since our pilgrimage back from Rome has ended, and council meetings abound. So that's where we're going to be starting. Scheming senators are denying they even made Arthur emperor back in Rome. Urians is already beginning to demand that we should think about returning and squashing this, maybe once and for all. You can imagine sort of the council is sort of whatever roundtable knights are around at the time.
Yeah.
Obviously, notably absent Lancelot. What do you think we should do?
Well, do we want to take another 2-3 years to bring them to heel? Like, Rome is a shabby place. What need do you have for the title of it? Like, there's just like, do we want to go back there? Like, it's a long way away. Like, are they going to come back? Like, who cares what senators have to say? It doesn't besmirch us. I have no honor.
And the question is whether these scheming senators represent some kind of influential opinion, or if, as I suspect the truth of it is, Italy remembers the fucking army of knights that reaved through it on the way to Rome.
Mm-hmm.
All those knights who died in France and in Italy defending Rome from Arthur. I get the feeling, perhaps, that these memories have not disappeared just because some senator has conveniently gotten amnesia.
Yeah. What are the people in Normandy saying?
Shuffling, rifling of papers, looking for the notes of, the Duke of Brittany and Lyons and stuff, yeah. They are saying that the reason why they're probably the ones who brought it up. Like, their emissaries are the ones who probably brought it up, being like, it's more than just rumor. These people are just as quick as you left, scheming.
Yeah, I mean, like, are we to camp out in Rome? It sounds like as soon as we leave, this will happen.
Yeah. You would have a lovely home. They'd be happy for you, the folks in France to host you again, right, in Gaul.
Yeah.
Not France, but yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, we're happy to have you back. But, they also say that, after the last wars, though, like, I know these guys are all ready for a battle, but we're kind of taxed out, kind of like emptying their pockets, being like, we really need British support to help you, to do this. And it's just like, dude, are we really going to do this again? And you can tell, like, that's what you said is kind of like what a lot of people are saying. But there's definitely like a counterpart being like, no, it's about the principle, no matter how far, right?
Well, yeah. Sure. I understand. It's just like
setting aside the prestige, the sort of status symbol it would represent.
Yeah.
Right.
What temporal powers would Arthur have acquired with this title? Like, what is he able to do or going to do as emperor that he would not be able to do if we allowed these rumors to persist? Like, is he going to not be able to collect taxes from some place?
Correct. It would be the power to levy taxes across, like, basically Italy. But yeah.
And was that something he was going to do? Right? Yeah. Like, because the whole genesis of this, it wasn't that Arthur seemingly wanted to be emperor more than like he wanted independence from Rome, like but by all metrics, be like, yeah, I'm not kneeling to you ever.
Yeah.
Owe you nothing. And it just happened that we did so well that they were supposed to now owe us.
Right.
But
An emperor is a cheap title to bestow, right? Like unless we stay there, it's meaningless. Like just in a metagame sense, right? Like what who's going to collect those taxes? Like which one of us is going to sail down to Italy and go like pay up, you know? So to me, like emperor is you know, you buy off the barbarians with a little title,
right.
You know?
Yeah. We're did Arthur get any token of emperor? Like, did he get a special crown or anything like that?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Then my suggestion would just be to like write to Rome, being like the opinion of one senator is exactly as influential as it sounds, but anyone who would wish to be emperor, feel free to come get the crown. If I'm not emperor, come take the crown, please.
Right. That's, you know, this is another thing. Just quick aside, just as a DM, like DMs to DMs, like his history is full of like the crown is the legitimate authority, not the person. And like if you have like especially like Rome. Hungary and Rome, the Holy Roman Empire is like is if you don't have the Holy Crown, like that is half of like the validity of your bloodline. So like this is a big deal.
There's a reason that they blind and rip out the tongues of deposed emperors in Byzantine history, right? Like emperor is just an office. It doesn't, and anybody can inhabit it. Barbarians have had it. You know, as long as someone has it, it's the office that has power.
Bureaucracy.
Your ass is out of there the minute you're no longer qualified. Yeah.
See, we made a mistake when autocratic regimes started leaving bureaucracies around after you died instead of just being buried in the tomb with you. That was really like that was the height of human technology. Was actually every civil servant dying with the ruler and being entombed alive.
Afterlife.
That was actually that was a good marriage of
screw institutional knowledge.
Yeah,
that's the next update coming with QuickBooks. I hear. It's like
when, nice.
Nice. When the license runs out, they just come fucking kill you.
Yeah. They don't build you a giant tomb and memorialize you for all eternity. Sucks.
Right. Well,
I
imagine.
To me, it's
Go ahead. Anyway. No, keep going.
I was just gonna say, like, I think ending on a note of like, come and get it if I'm not emperor. Because I think it both presses home the point that they did this. They made Arthur emperor, and also. If they want that legitimacy back, they're going to have to come fight for it.
All right. Hold on. Sorry. I gotta. It's kind of a joke, but it's kind of not.
Yeah.
Which of the Round Table Knights do you think is sort of the pettiest to suggest that they redraw a map for them to come visit them through your conquest route?
Oh shit! Is Gawain still around?
This is a good way of. Gawain's definitely around.
I didn't know how the Orkney lads were
any of the Orkney lads for sure.
Yeah, one of the Orkney boys. Okay.
Yeah. Just send.
Yeah.
Instead, just like send them the map, but instead of like here be dragons, just like come and have a go if you think you're hard enough.
Yeah. This is we recommend you take this route, and we'll be waiting for you up on the Thames. Go there and come down. We'll see you. Love it. That's so good. You were saying, Colin?
No, that's what I was gonna say. Come and have a go.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's sort of the general statement is that we'll send back a strongly letter and say, come and take it. For sure. That's good. Now, second order of business. Gorthon, you'll probably take this a little bit harder than everyone else. Okay. The captain of the St. Elijah, the craft that took you and your retinue home, was lost in a battle with the Sea Raiders, who are sort of like the Viking Irish folks over on the Ireland side, Isle of Man kind of area.
Okay. Yeah. So a little bit south of the Isle of Eagles.
Exactly.
In the Hebrides.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. This is like the second or third like report of this was not just like a raid on his ship. This was like he was part of a not I mean I'm going to use modern parlance, but like a task force to like know of like not necessarily Arthur. Like Arthur kind of has a sea marshal and it's kind of like and he's bringing up it's like we're losing our more boats than we can make, Arthur, and that's sort of where we're at right now, where it's like there's more sea raiders than we thought. These Pictish pirates are amassing.
Yeah.
But we don't. The thing that we don't know yet is who's paying for them, and who is the wise counsel that tells Arthur or the rest of the group that you should follow the money of who they're not raiding.
I mean, there's a part of me that's like Sir Gorthron wants to pull a Pompey, and just be like, all right, I don't know anything about the ocean, but next year they're all going to be gone, kind of it's like it is expensive to keep a ship in good shape, its crew fed. They must be constantly raiding in order to maintain their stocks. But eventually they'll run out of places to raid, people to attack. But there will be safe harbors still, nonetheless, places that haven't been touched. Perhaps there is where their home is. I mean, that's just like Gorthron has the last year has spent a significant amount of time on a ship, and I've been wanting to sink points into either swimming or boating just to be like justify the existence of this skill Pendragon.
Yeah.
Why is this on my character sheet? Maybe in his old age, Gorthron will take up sailing. Yeah, I don't like that. This guy took us home. He's disappeared. Nobody knows where the captain is.
No, they know where he was. He was lost at
killed.
sea.
Sorry,
he was lost at sea. Yeah, his ship, the Saint Elijah. Yeah.
It's
your brain harkens back to one of his morbid sayings about sailors spend their entire lives learning how to swim, but the sign of a true sailor is one who's learned to drown. You know this. Basically, making peace with death, right, and how to die.
Yeah. It's not going to sit right with Gorthron. If nobody else says anything, Gorthron will be like, we can't let this stand.
Yeah.
We can't protect, the waters and the land are our responsibility. And especially now that he's making regular trips out to an island. Not that far away, but still.
Urians, because his lands are near there. So it's like, what do you propose we do, Gorthron? Shall we muster an army and march north? Shall we conscript as many cogs as possible and have us display on the sea? What do you have us do?
Longboats, skiffs. Are they not in the rivers? Do they not sail up and down the coasts? Find safe harbor?
No doubt.
It would have to be on land and sea.
All right.
But yes, I will contribute my share and participate. I think it would do me well to see battle on the waves. I have not fought on the ocean.
Yeah. I don't think they like all look around like we're all like, have any of us done that? Like,
yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think anyone's really fought on the ocean before.
Yeah. A good point, Ken. Yeah, Gorthron does have the means to finance some of this shipbuilding as well.
Yeah.
How much does the ship cost?
The Great Kemric Armada, I believe, is what it was referenced as.
Yeah.
But the idea of mustering up a sea force to counteract the raiders is absolutely prudent. Like that seems like the approach that we're going to go with. Acewind, any other support, yay or nay, on this, or silent on no opinion? I think it's valorous.
I was muted. Sorry, no opinion.
Right. Cool. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are like, we should just kind of play it out, see how bad it gets. But then you got the Gorthron and Urians again being like, let's actually like take this seriously. Let's do this.
Let's take this seriously. Also, the kingdom of Wessex is part of Logaris.
Yeah.
And the Saxons are, renowned sea raiders, or at least their forefathers were.
Yeah.
Might even go talk to what's his name? King
Godwin.
King Godwin, yeah.
Yeah. And see about Wessex's fleet assisting?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
At the very least for advice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. That'd be sick. Cool. Yeah. All right. Well, then that would mostly conclude the council's meetings and advice for what we should be doing for the next couple of years. So we're not going back to Italy, and we're gonna start building up see about building up a navy to counteract these pirates.
Yeah. Because it's going to require us basically commandeering, other ships and sailors and their crews and things it'll take a while. That's gonna be cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. All right. Cool. Some stuff at home as well to deal with. The local council sort of issues going on back in Salisbury. This is mostly geared towards Aceman as being the marshal. But of course, Gorthrin, you're in the council. It's not like you wouldn't be hearing these things as well. The knights who served on garrison duty at home are repeatedly being, what would be the word? They're being bullied, I guess would be the best way of putting it, by the other knights who went abroad. And they're being shown that they don't have the rigor that a good knight should have in battle. And that there's starting to be a sort of disparity between the knights who are returning and the knights who are at home, who garrisoned. And they're sort of like, it's making bad blood. No one's died or anything over it or anything, but just in general, there seems to be this sort of disdain between families, those who got sent, those who stayed around, and even interfamily stuff of kind of issues. So this is beginning to come up of what kind of strategy could we do to help cure this before it gets too bad?
My first thought is that it's not the same people on garrison duty every time we've gone off to war, right? Through the history of sort of Salisbury. And so my instinct is to talk about so you weren't on the raiding on Normandy. Okay. Where was your family when Wessex attacked Salisbury?
I want to make a finer point on this rather than just these rumors and stuff. Your reports are showing the people on garrison duty did not really report on garrison duty. They were just drinking and just not really doing their job.
Oh, so the people on garrison duty were shirking off.
Exactly.
And because it's now showing that they're shirked off.
Exactly. Sorry.
Got it.
Yeah. I didn't want to interrupt you, but I thought that was important.
Okay. What neighbor don't we like? This seems like a real simple solution to me.
Yeah. What's their name? Not Vagon. Go back to Salisbury map. I cannot believe I don't have these memorized.
The bees? Right?
Duplain.
Duplain's
the one you don't like.
No, I mean the whoever was on garrison duty, let's send him to raid somewhere. And you know what? This might dovetail with Erwin's desire to take on the Sea Raiders. Be like, okay, yeah, you didn't go to France. You wanted to shirk off, get on a boat, go take care of these Sea Raiders.
Yeah. Okay, you're basically going to tell them to muster to do this and follow Gorthrin. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Yeah. I wasn't sure if you wanted to do this in terms of we should settle this in a different way but no, that makes perfect sense.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
If I thought it was the experienced knights are bullying the ones who didn't get a chance, that's one thing. But no, it's them. If it's them, it's garrison duty. No one likes it. You got to take it seriously.
Right. Yeah. So that's the why I was struggling coming up with a word because right. They're cajoling them because they weren't doing their stuff. Right. Yeah. And this discrepancy was showing up. So that's why. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, so time to get them into shape by getting some good raids in.
Yeah. If you don't take your land responsibilities seriously, get your sea legs ready. That's going to be like Ace Wind's putting out like that. That's my new policy. If you are shirking on garrison duty, I will throw you to sea.
Yeah. Lots of gulps about going into the water.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm trying to think of like, is there any place in Northern Gaul? Like, is there somewhere that we could go this summer that Gorthrin could be like, find a ship and go practice a raid somewhere?
I think there's actually good practice raiding spots in England. Like, I mean, like, wait, you mean like actually like attack somebody as sort of like a weak? Yeah. Like, is there a weak target you could raid?
To blood them, to both get them in discipline and to like, okay, this is what it's like to fight on the ocean, but we're gonna do it like, you know.
You'd have to ask Godwin, because like Godwin's people would know, you know.
Okay, yeah, I might do that, but somewhere like, you know, to the east, not nowhere in our own backyard. You know, you just
Godwin's. They've got like an Excel sheet of all
raiding
places.
Yeah, right. Yeah. They got a bunch of leads that they can.
Yeah.
They just have a big parchment. Always be raiding APR.
Yeah, always be raiding. Yeah.
This like Librum is for closers.
Your cousins up or something back in the Low Countries.
Yeah. Nah, they gotta go to the Danes.
Yeah. All right.
Beautiful.
Because that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Basically, they would advise you to go to effectively that would be like the Wallonian part of the Netherlands or whatever. Like the Dutch kind of Belgium, you know what I mean? That spot you're gonna want to go.
That spot, good place. Yep. Yeah. Lots of places to hide.
Yeah.
Who's in that one movie, The Warlord?
Yeah.
Who is the Frisians?
Yeah.
Go raid some Frisians. Yeah. We'll sail up the Rhine till we're in the territory of the Alemanni.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So good. All right, yeah. So let's actually. So we already decided that Ace Wind, we're conjuring up all these insubordinate knights to go raiding. So let's have Gorthrin. Let's deal with this conversation with Godwin.
Mm-hmm.
God, I want to hold a tournament while they're gone too, just to really rub it in. Be like, you don't even get to come to the party.
Yeah.
For sure. And then how was the tournament? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's even better. Okay, so that sounds
tourneys are for closers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so all right, Godwin. So here's the conversation. He is doing okay. As far as everything goes across Logaris at all.
Mm-hmm.
Happy to see you. So I guess he's probably just, we were just welcome into, what's it called, Chestershire, whatever the name of the capital.
I think so,
yeah. So
Gorthrin will get right to it. I was like, my liege, I find myself in need of expert sailors and ships for them to sail. King Arthur wishes to rid the Celtic Sea, the Irish Sea, of the sea raiders. And the ship that brought me and my family home last year has gone missing, lost at sea, along with its captain. And I can't think of anyone better than to instruct me on this manner of warfare than yourself and your own men.
Gorthrin, I really wish I could help you.
Troubles?
You see, Godwin is very like torn between things. It says, we have old codes that go back against the sea raiders and ancient pacts about not fighting. We promised not to sail north of, he marks off like whatever the old term is for like northern Wales. We don't go up there. You don't attack us, kind of.
Gotcha.
I was afraid this day would come.
Yes.
So basically, he'd be willing to help you, but this does mean breaking these pacts, right?
Right. How much? I guess.
It don't mean anything. It's just traditional,
Yeah. It's how much is that tradition still held? I guess is what Gorthra.
I mean, these traditions predate, even my great grandfather. This goes back to Brittany, kind of, Vertigern,
right.
Way back then, kind of stuff, right?
That's deep roots.
Yeah, right. Because remember, like that's where they were living 500 or a couple hundred years ago, right? Like, this is the stuff that like Vertigo, like basically the stuff signed from Vertigern back being like we don't do this, right?
Right. Yeah.
So
it would be just very disruptive to break this oth.
No,
to order his men.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. Again, I mean, this is just a piece of paper that's only like a couple hundred years old or whatever, right? Or just a. I don't even think there even is a piece of paper, honestly. It's just kind of
right. Just tradition. Okay. Yeah. So it's not like a deeply held society-wide kind of thing. It's just an agreement that they've held to, that they've not broken. Not like every year they reaffirm the oath at a sacred ceremony kind of thing. So nothing like that, you're saying. Okay.
No.
All right.
But the thing is though, is that as they of course Godwin knows that the raids have been increasing and stuff. It's not like he doesn't, he keeps his head in the sand or whatever. But they also have ignored his ships, right? For the and he thinks and he thinks it's because of this pact and continue.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah. Well, can you tell me who they are at least?
Yeah. Right. So he tells you a little bit about how these guys are some of the old Pictish and Nordic pirates that have been kind of coming out of what's a place? It's called Tara. It's a place in Ireland.
Okay.
But as well as sort of the northern parts of Ireland as well.
Okay. Irish, Pictish, and North. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're used to sailing these seas.
Yeah. They are, with all due respect to his own people, some of the finest sailors that he knows.
Mm-hmm. And you say that they live on islands, nowhere here in Logaris or further north.
Oh, much farther north. And
much further.
Yeah. Some say even there's lands beyond. But
Hyperborea.
Yeah, harsh places full of ice. Creates harsher men.
Yes, it does.
Basically, Iceland.
Well, right. Well, good news. Right now, I simply would ask that you recommend some targets east for us to blood ourselves against.
Well, that, Godwin, and he like puts a hand on his shoulder, that I can help you with for sure.
Yeah.
So
we've got time. Like, it's not like we're doing this next week. We've got time to plan and sort of figure out, and it might not be worth having them break their oath if we can find other resources. We'll see. But yeah, if he's got targets and ships and men that we can make use of to get some practice, and maybe you got some old scores to settle back home or something, I be happy to act in your stead, King Godwin.
Have you ever raided with Godwin before?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. No. Despite being a part of his council.
Yeah. I don't think really had a chance before we all marched to war.
Yeah. Okay. Well then, I would love this. I would love this to happen as sort of like you are. I mean, you yourself are a little bit getting blooded here in these traditions with these guys. Like, oh God, like the famous Gorthrin is finally joining us, right, for a great raid, and everyone is super. Rather than it being like like you're a rookie or whatever, instead it's like it's an honor that like welcome. We're so happy. We're gonna show you the best time. This is. I'm so glad you're finally.
My father told a story once of his first raid. He's gonna tell a story of how his dad got the axe wound to his face.
Oh yeah. God. Well, the other part though is that all of these miscreants, I guess, for lack of a better term, these other knights that are coming with you, that Acewin has ordered to come down here. You're gonna be responsible for them.
All right. Yeah. Go with them in shape.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So you're gonna go basically off raiding this summer.
Yeah.
Acewin, you're staying at home and commending and doling out a tournament and honors for Salisbury.
Yep.
Great. All right. So let's do the tournament part first. Are you participating, or are you just kind of holding the tournament as marshal? It would Rofus isn't participating either. If that helps.
I'm gonna participate. I'm selfish. Want to rack up the joust score. Currently 3-2.
Okay. Well, the good news is that you're not going against some of the greatest lancers of the land.
4-3 now.
Yeah. So this is important, right? You are the clear favorite of Salisbury, right?
Not that great with the lance, but appreciate the
I mean, what is your lance score? 16?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I thought you were in the 20s. My bad.
No, my horsemanship has gone up. Yeah, sword. Okay. I'm
Hrodgar's is 20. But,
right.
All he does is lance.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he is.
I've gotten significantly lucky the last 4 times I've won, so that's why I'm doing it.
Hey, yeah. No, that makes perfect sense to me, actually. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Never mind. I forget that. In fact, it's probably a great morale boost, saying even the marshal, is out here with you, rather than you kind of just taking on all comers and wrecking their faces. It's actually an honest test here. Cool. Jim, how about you help me out here and you play some of these NPC knights going against?
Let's do it.
All right. So I don't have a list of all the Salisbury knights right now, just randomly assigned to different people. But I will bring us over to a map of Salisbury real quick, and maybe we can just kind of pick some houses and to see who goes. Okay,
let's do it.
We'll bring us over as well. See if there's any that takes our fancy.
I don't know that we've ever seen anyone from Nook.
Definitely not. I don't think even Nook's in my. I think I completely forgot about Nook.
It was the one that caught my eye.
Yeah.
I see Nook. Or Arnham was another. I'm sure that's not how you pronounce it, but
Arnhem. Yeah, it's probably Arnhem, but probably.
Yeah. I like Arnham just because.
Arnham, yeah. All right.
Why not?
All right, so it's the Fade of Nook.
Nice. Roll the 2d20 to see what.
Let me just see his skills that got randomly generated. Yeah, nothing flagging known for his lance or stuff like that. Yeah, you have to roll. And I will. Okay. Well, you didn't have to.
So 6. I guess 16 is
his skill, and then he fumbles for his first one. So okay, yeah, that makes sense. Let me roll up Hardham.
Sure.
All right. Yeah. Hardham.
No soft hams in this house.
No.
Only steamed.
Yeah.
All right, it's Lilo of Hardham. They're known for they have a 17 in indulgence, so nothing. 2d20 from you, Colin.
All right.
Oh my God! Well, yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
I'm rolling against each one individually.
No, I mean, I think we were just having the first match being Lilo of Hardem versus Hafade of Nog or Nook, and yeah, Hafade basically doesn't even get it in the pocket, you know.
No, he just bungles it.
Yeah, he bungles it, and you just dominate him. Which is it? Yeah. Go one more time, but now that you have the stats for the skills, because this would be like the second round for them, right? So like your skill, so skill of 16, and I guess both of you have the skill of 16.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, hey now.
Oh, okay. Oh wait, Colin, are you rolling for Acewind's skills here?
Yeah. Who?
Oh, I thought you were
16.
No, I thought Lilo. I thought you were gonna do the 2d20 thing to determine Lilo's skill as well.
Oh,
my
okay.
bad.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well,
so first one is literally the same, but
a 7, yeah.
Both pass.
Okay, and they pass. They inch. Okay, all right. So the
with
first
a skill of 11.
Yeah. So it is a pretty decisive win here for Lilo of Hardem, especially that first round, really giving her like the 3 points or whatever. All right, let's pick 2 more random ones. Any homes or fair game?
Bapton.
Bapton?
Bapton.
Where the hell is Bapton? Again, I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Control F. Bapton. Oh, I do have a Bapton.
Ooh.
Bapton is Cadwallon.
Not the first Cadwallon we've met, I think.
No. They are renowned for their selfishness.
Love it.
They are humble but gluttonous. They have a very, very high folk skill. So they're yeah, okay. Not the best knight.
You had the real bumpkin
2D,
feel from these.
Yeah, 2d20 for Cadwallon, for Bapton. He's also like 51.
God.
Fails. He has a lance of 3. This dude,
the lance of 6 rolls.
Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah. So he's got no wonder. Yeah. Oh my God. All right, Jim, you pick a manor house as well.
A Burnham Dean. Is that
Dean.
is that even in Salisbury?
I think it's all the way to east,
or is it
there,
on the border? Right? Yeah, because I thought everything underneath the dike was, and then like Lev Comagus is this weird stick out for Silchester.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. Either that or maybe
because Clatford is one of ours.
Yeah, or Brunton, if not Brunton.
Right. I don't not have one for I have one for Tangley, but it's blank, so I just need to generate one. All right. It is Kilfook of Tangley.
Yeah.
Tolerant but aggressive. Known for their singing. And their other trait would be their honesty.
All right. Let's see. What do we got? Hey.
There's a 5 beat.
5 out of 6.
5 beats to 3.
5 beats to 3. It's not a pretty one.
No, that's the first. That's the first go around. So second round for them.
All right.
They crit.
Oh my God.
They crit on a 6.
Oh yeah.
Dude. I mean, yeah. Lilo is absolutely crushing it.
Awesome. I'll be right back. I'm gotta do some parent assistance real quick.
No bother. Right okay. All right. Well, Lilo is clearly getting into the upper echelons for this tournament. But I was kind of hoping Jim would then play Rodgar to see if we can. But I think I can take that over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Rodgar is gonna go. So it's gonna be Lilo versus Rodgar, which I think is the other important part here. But then I just want to see like some random rolls and see like just it turns out this Lilo now is an interesting character, right? But in general, though, I think we should probably summarize what the joust sort of represents. If anything, just a glorious good time, or like a way to like.
I would like to see how well Acewin does in the.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah.
I think the winner of this will square off against Acewin.
Oh, okay.
How's that sound?
All right. Lilo fails.
Rodgar passes. All right, one more
pass.
Second.
Solid fail. Lilo.
Yeah. All right.
I imagine these low rolls for Rodgar are just like he's taking it easy. This is no question in his mind.
Okay. Can I offer an alternative?
Sure.
He's hungover. He's just like, oh my god. I didn't know, but I forgot today was the tournament day. He's just like sweating.
Lilo is like buckling down and gets the yips over their initial like performance. They're like, I did well in that. I'm good. Now I'm gonna take on Rodgar. I gotta be on my A game. Rodgar's just like
it's like double visioning.
Yeah, I'm about to fill this helmet.
Yeah. I'm glad I won in 2 rounds because I was going to pass out off my horse if I had to go a third.
Yep. Rodgar, you've won. You move on to the next round. What? God damn it. Fill a wineskin with Pepto.
Yeah. Poor guy. All right. So that means it's going to be Rodgar versus Acewin.
Yeah.
All right. So this is later in the day. I think Rodgar's probably sobered up. He's ready.
I'd like to invoke hospitality. The idea, like, Acewin is like, I need to make a good showing, like, be like, yeah, we're all having a good time and we're all giving it our all. Like, even the guy hosting is going all in on this in the spirit of, like, coming together as a murder unit.
I don't know if hospitality is the right one for that.
Okay.
I think either loyalty of Lord, because this is sort of like part of like your service. It's also kind of this like battle of like, you're basically just saying you're using hospitality to simulate like esprit de corps,
Yeah, and more the idea that like I'm the host here, so like I can't just sit back. But I'm fine with loyalty Lord either, because that would be more like we all need to show our best for Arthur.
Hold on. I think if we're doing it that way, I think we need to do it the other. I think you're right. It is hospitality, but I don't think you're the one who rolls. I think it's the other people, right? It's like you were inspiring other people to do hospitality. It's not your own hospitality.
Okay.
But if you're doing this just for the role, like I guess I'm saying
because hospitality is two-faced, right? There's the responsibilities of hospitality
of the host
when you're being hosted and versus the host. So like I may be inspiring hospitality, but that's still me engaging with the ideal of hospitality. Just
true. Yeah, that's true. It's double-edged. Okay, never mind. I overthought it. You're right.
I failed. Son of a bitch.
That's awesome. I think everyone else's. I think I'm going to trigger everyone else's to do hospitalities.
Okay.
Yeah. Rodgar, hospitality of 13. Fails. Okay. All right. So basically, this.
So we're all phoning it in. Like he's hungover. I'm probably distracted.
And this was supposed to be the joust for the serious contenders who take things seriously.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's obviously it. Is folks are. I think the general vibe is that folks are going to feel bad about this by the end of it, being like,
yep,
that was off.
God damn it! I lost a point of passion.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I sometimes feel like 16s in passions are a liability because like you're obviously you're going to pass most of them, but it's hard to push them up because every time you fail in that 16 to like 18 range, you lose a point. So it's like this weird like speed bump on the way to getting the high passions.
Yeah.
That changes my annual glory. Okay. And it's a -5 to Lance. That would have been it would have been a crit.
Do you hold on? What I have to look it up for my own thing for passions because I'm not inspired. It's a minor passion. I don't think I get the -5 when it's unsung or normal. Failure, no result. Right.
A melancholy suffers -5 to all skill trait passion rolls.
No, for 6E, unsung normal passions 1 to 15, failure is no result.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, I had 16 and it dropped to 15.
Right. For you, sorry. Yes, you. That's true. Sorry, I'm looking at Rodgar's stuff and being like, it's Rodgar despondent, and he's not.
But I do get 25 glory because I'm going to be melancholy.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. You gain 25 glory when you're sad.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish, man, I'd be accruing a lot of glory in my life lately. It takes effect after the activity is caused to be completed. Right. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. So cool. So Rodgar just kind of just trying to shake it off. So I do not get the -5 modifier. That's what I was looking it up. And it didn't roll because...
Oh, I don't get affected by the -5 until after the tourney.
Oh. So that's a 16.
So that was a success for me.
Yeah, it's a pass for you. Yeah, I would allow that. Okay. Which means you just eke out this first round against Rodgar.
Right.
Again, dude, like you're... Rodgar, very skilled, right? If anything, Rodgar's bad now and is going to call on his own passion, a different passion this time.
Love it.
Probably, probably love a family. Because he's basically like, I gotta, this is for my line. I've been training so hard. Erwin has built this lance course for me. There's no way I'm losing this to a friggin' gun it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he's getting impassioned. I think a +5.
Right? Shit.
Yeah, and sorry, inspired is the term. Yeah. All right, good luck. All right.
Just obliterates me on the second pass.
Right. Yeah. So there's that, which means we come back to the third round here.
Yep.
Now here's the thing. I'm going to test prudent here to see if Rodgar is like in the moment. Okay, he is holding. He is not being too reckless with you by doing this. He's not going to like, he didn't actually go for. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of what I'm thinking here, right? Okay.
Final lance pass.
Yeah, final lance pass.
Good Lord, Colin.
Okay. Not a crit either, so. You would have rolled the same had it not been for the impassion.
Mm.
Okay, cool. So there you go. Rodgar wins it at the end. Which...
Nice.
Yeah. But I think, as pointed out by the failed hospitality rolls, it's kind of, lackluster.
Yeah.
Do you say anything to the folks? Like, is there like a speech about
Oh yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, I open it with this idea that this tournament represents both the reward and responsibility of a knight. It is your responsibility to show your best, to deliver your service with zeal and aplomb, and it is your reward for doing so as well. The being a good knight is its own reward. And if that's not enough, look at some of these colored pennants we're going to be handing out and participation awards. You're welcome.
I think I'll play Rodgar for a minute, like after people are cheering and the drinks are coming out. He's going to go to you. It's like, Ace, when I admit this win doesn't feel as great as I thought it would.
They all can't.
All right, I guess it was just me. As he is ready to celebrate, I guess, and just going to chalk this one up. Do you want to interject and have a heart-to-heart, or are you okay with hiding this from him about the weird feeling?
No, I mean, Aceman's just like, they can't all be screaming orgasms. Like, sometimes a win's just a win.
Yeah, so he's like probably like looking at his like honorary couple Librum trophy or whatever, right? Like,
yeah, it's just like it doesn't. I don't feel anything for this.
Yeah. What would it be? Is it like? It's probably something related to Sarm. Like my guess is probably it's kind of like probably like a church tower or something like that, like a like golden little church tower.
I'm gonna be melancholy for over a week.
Yeah.
I think that's how the melancholy kind of manifests, is like this kind of dismissiveness of like, yeah, we were here, we did a thing, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, Ace, when you hosted this tournament, why aren't you have any kind of zeal for this? Talking about zeal, gotta have some.
Ooh, that's a good point.
I mean, that's how I've been looking at it. It's like, you have to be a good host, you have to embody the spirit that you're trying to host. If you want it to be serious, then you have to be serious. If you want to be lighthearted, then you have to be lighthearted. And Acewin talked about having this energy and joy and responsibility, and just kind of like went through the motions.
Wet noodled it, yeah.
Yep.
Damn. Okay. To be melancholic, though, can't someone try to cheer you up and snap you out of it? Isn't that an issue?
Yes. I know in the 5e rules, yes. I don't know whether it's changed in the 6e.
I don't know either, but I think I would like to see that someone, let's see, who would be around that would try to snap you out of it. Obviously Alwina or Karen would be like the first two, but I'm wondering if there's someone else that would be interesting.
I don't know, maybe this is a chance to flesh out one of my vassals who I basically have names for and little else.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, like Sir Dutta, Sir Effa, Luelu, Eildrad of Laverstock.
Yeah, how do you spell Luelu?
Llewelou.
Right, here we go.
Luelu de Stratford. Their notable loyalty to Earl.
Are you? Oh yeah, Eldred, Luelu, Afa, and Dutta. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's just roll a d4 and see who it is. 2, 3, 4.
2.
All right. So it is Luelu of Stratford. Let me. Okay. Okay, so they're known for being vengeful. Or maybe that's a new thing about them. So I think what I would probably point that would help frame how they would help you out of this. Would you say my liege? Is that something that's what you would say to your superior, right?
My lord.
My lord, right. My lord, but I can't help but see you've been skulking around Winterbourne Gunnet for quite some time. I thought you were promised to go riding. We're going to go to Amesbury, remember?
That may have been the plan, yes.
What has gotten into you? Is this because Rodgar beat you?
I should say not. Rodgar is a fine lancer, and I've never been particularly good with a lance any more than the next night, so it doesn't bother me over much.
Okay, well then, please tell me if there's something wrong, because if you're going to deny it, then I'm going to stop proclaiming it, because it makes me feel weird. Perhaps I've just misguessed.
What should be wrong? Hosted a tournament. The tournament is concluded.
I've never seen you so dispassionate. You're like a plant in the shade. Not a poet.
Well, and at that, I
seem to be wilting.
Acewin kind of like blue screens a little bit. It's like, wait, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. I'm filled with the same verve as usual.
Are you sure?
If you accuse me that I have forgotten myself, I think you should remember yourself.
Yeah.
And like Acewin is getting a little defensive because it's obviously true.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's a part where like they're about to defer, right, to you, but then like they find something in themselves, a courage to speak up and think that they're right reading you. And no, Acewin, my lord, there is something grave with you. You seem to be completely out of it, and I will say it to your face. There seems to be something. There's no blood pumping through your heart. I don't know how to say it. You seem distracted almost.
I have done my duty as the marshal in holding this tournament. What would you have me do? Jeer and jape like some squire?
Yes. At the start of the tournament, you proclaimed about the zeal of duty, and here you are interred. You straddle on this horse like a corpse.
I'm going to roll hospitality, re-roll it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're giving you some real talk, and you can certainly hide behind the rules of decorum.
No. I think that gets through to Acewin. Acewin like takes a moment to like set her ego aside for a moment and not just get defensive and defend and be like really listen to what Llewellyn is saying, and finally be
Llewellyn's like, these weren't my words, my lord. These were yours.
They are my words, and you've spoken them with honesty and a little bit of recklessness towards your liege. Get your lance, get your horse. I think I have one more tilt in me, Llewellyn.
Yeah.
and it's gonna be like the fucking Rocky end of Rocky.
Yeah,
like like the field's cleared. Like I'm gonna show you. I know it. I heard you. We're gonna have a nice tilt. One of us is gonna end up with our ass in the ground.
Okay. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Let's do it. That's awesome. Yeah. Like that's the lore that I know. That's the Ace Wind renowned. I don't know what their land skill is, so I'm just gonna 2d20 it. Okay. Well, I failed though, so you beat me.
That's fair.
Okay. Well, we don't have to necessarily infer what the role is, put it that way, but it's just in general that you Stella got her groove back, right?
Yeah.
I imagine you. Let me just do a quick little like dexterity test or whatever. 50-50 chance, right? Okay. They stay on the horse, but they're certainly like disarmed or knocked over. They're like, whoa, okay, I believe you. You know, as they you circle back up. Yeah, exactly. Ding, like you are. Yeah. There you go. That is the fight that I know that you have.
I think Acewind's going to take a little bit more notice of Luello now. And like in the aftermath, as we're like dressing down the horses and like some wine in us, gonna be like, you know, how is my manor at Stratford doing? Like, how are the yada yada? And just kind of like a little bit of like unspoken, like, you're on my radar now, guy. Like, yeah. Okay.
I think you probably want to know, like, you know, where they want to go, right, in life, right?
Yeah.
Right? Oh.
Like McNulty, where don't you want to
go? Yeah. Right, just don't put me on a boat. Which would be the perfect time if fucking Jim was here. But for sure. All right, well, we can just play through the rating.
Okay.
And then when Jim will show up, we'll deal with Jim stuff, okay? But you can get to play some random nights.
You can dig it.
All right, so when we go on a raid, there are actually adventure rules, I believe, for a raid. Or is it just hunting? Bummer.
Definitely raid rules.
I know we have our own custom stuff for raids. But I thought there was something about being on a boat.
There's the because that was very abstracted. I was thinking of the river raids we did as Gareth but the very first ones.
Yeah. Well, I guess you could do kind of boating, Valorous, and sword. Would probably be a good combo. For how this
Valorous
goes.
And sword?
Boating.
Boating. Okay. I'm rolling for a random night.
Yeah, who probably does not have.
Okay.
Me also generate.
Fumbled sword. So passed boating and failed Valorous and fumbled sword.
Okay.
That's well.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. They're going to be. Can you roll a d4 for what kind of fumble it is? If it's a common mistake, a failure, comical.
3.
3 is a major failure. Okay. They probably are like. Boy. Like not like necessarily drowning in the water, but like certainly had struggling getting off the ship.
Well, the only thing they passed was boating.
Oh, that's true. So I guess
the thing they fumbled was sword, which is the actual fight, which is like so much
even worse. Yeah. Okay. No, that's boy. All right. Well, this would be like the perfect time for Gorthrin to show up and be like, "Cool, now you have to save this guy, or he himself is getting captured." But I think in general things are not going well. Right. I think that sort of sets the tone that this raid shows how underwhelming these knights are against even a quote-unquote easy opponent. They're getting bested. Which is not great.
Not ideal.
Yeah, I wish Jim was here. Well, what do you think Jim would do? You probably would, no doubt, try to rescue these guys, right? And that, like the way I see it, there's two choices, right? One is that you press on with the raid and you accept some losses right here, or you instead you try to play more protect and just make sure people get out, but there's less glory or less looting, I guess, from the raid.
I think his.
How do you think Jim? Like, what would
I think?
Yeah,
I think Jim would absolutely try to press as the example, be like lead from the front. That's always been, that's always been Gorthrin's sort of motto.
So, do you think then? So Gorthrin then would be picking up the slack for these knights that are failing.
Certainly trying,
right?
Yeah.
All right, so he is sort of then okay. So then we can have scenes of like Gorthrin sort of like slicing his way up to the front and like rescuing people and moving on, like he's like a just basically not like a near superhero compared to the rest of the random knight, the low level knights here. Of like this is like when you see and think of a proper round table knight, like this is the picture that you're getting. I think with that though, I'm gonna roll two other people, and actually, if you could you do a test, just a random d20 test here? Can you roll under 16? And this is sort of representing the
fail
rating skill of Godwin's folks as well. All right, so only one of the two brothers, like so not Godwin himself, but probably like his uncle or whatever is doing okay. But Godwin is also running into issues, and of course Gorthrin's running into issues as well. So like the raid itself is like, oh, these people are more formidable than we thought. Damn Frisians, right?
Yep.
Cool. So that's sort of it. So in terms of like progress and glory, I almost think of this kind of like a race to get the most successes here. And so that means right now, basically, Godwin's uncle is sort of winning so far in terms of the amount of glory and loot. And I guess the choice would be you guys could be closing the gap, but at the cost of people's lives, and sort of like the danger and the risk threshold if we wanted to on the raid. Or we could play, or you could be like, I accept I'm not going to get as much glory and praise by the end, but I'm able to protect more lives. And sort of like, what kind of stance do you want this raid to be in? At
this point, I'm not sure. Oh, good.
Oh, thank God.
I was about to say, this is the kind of thing with ramifications that I do not want to take responsibility
I know.
for
Okay,
someone
good.
else's character.
All right, dude. All right, Jim, a few things. First off, we had the tournament, and Acewin lost to Rodgar in the last round.
Ooh.
Ow. And then Acewin was sort of melancholic, and we got to see a little bit of this was Llewellyn of Stratford, kind of like snapped them out of it, and a new character has emerged. Right.
Excellent.
The second thing though is the rating, and we kind of started the rating without you.
That's all right. Yeah.
So we picked a random knight from your, the group of knights that are coming over to see how things are going, and we decided it's going not great. I imagine that there are sort of like three main sects of this rating as you raid into, I'm just going to call it the Frisian territory, right?
Yeah.
Basically Godwin's uncle, Godwin's retinue stuff, and then your own and the Salisbury knights, right? That you're kind of covering for. So far, the Godwin's uncle is sort of like the one doing the best and is sort of quote unquote leading the pack for glory and praise. But there are two. But now the choice right now is that you can try to catch up with them and sort of fight a little more recklessly, in order to earn that sort of praise and recognition. But that comes at the risk of and losses of your men, right? Or you could try to do a more like protective kind of stance, a more prudent stance of you trying to defend and protect people right now. And we sort of right now showed on the beach that while these other knights we kind of had the perspective of this random knight struggling and stuff, and like they're just like fighting their best. They had a great boating skill, but then when they get to like the actual like fight with their sword, like they chuck their pilum or whatever they had with them for the raid, and they're grabbing their sword and they can't get their sword out of the belt, and then out of nowhere Gorthrin comes over and like clonks the guy on the head and like helps get the sword out for this guy, and but like it's costing speed and tempo of the raid to do this, right? And now the question is, how does Gorthrin lead this stage of the raid? Do you press forward? Like, what kind of approach do you go here? Aggressively, carefully, training, like lead? What do you do?
Yeah. I mean, the purpose for us being here at least is to get used to this style of fighting. Yeah. And to to get as much practice in it as possible. So I as best as possible want to emulate what Godwin and his uncle are doing. Yeah. But in like is pressing forward, but not recklessly, I think is what my answer is. I want to keep pace with them. I don't want to lag behind or anything. We have to keep the momentum.
You are lagging. Okay, sorry, I'd be more poignant. You are lagging behind. You would have to risk in order to get parity or not. Or are you comfortable let this being a training thing, realizing that they need more training is needed? Or do you put them through the mill and be like, this is the crucible, like you need to be here now.
Yeah, usually when Gorthrin does that, he emerges alone.
Yeah.
And so I think prudence will be the watchword here, because I do want as many to survive as possible. We are trying to train them up. So
can you test prudence? Can you test prudence for me? And this is not necessarily how prudent you are. This is sort of like your speech, or how like basically your command presence. I know it's kind of like a battle skill, but I think it being a trait of being like like don't advance, press hold kind of thing, right? Okay.
Yeah, not so good.
I think the issue then is that I think these knights are eager to prove themselves, and they're they are the ones getting themselves into trouble. Right? Like they think that this is supposed to. I think they probably thought this was supposed to be easy, and that they can do this, and they want to press, and they see the other, the Wessex guys, the Wessex lads holding their own at least and stuff, and they're trying to do this, but they are so you're gonna have to kind of help protect them from themselves, if as much as the Saxons.
That's fine with me. All right, that's what we got to do. Let's do it. All right, so they're advancing recklessly. I'd like to help protect themselves. So we're gonna do as much as possible to regroup, make sure that we are at the very least all together. I don't, whether they listen or not. It doesn't look like they are. So let's round them up.
Right. I think the issue here then would be like, we can kind of summarize this with. I think we're gonna do the same sort of like raid test here, but I'm gonna ask you to roll everything at -5 as basically this is you covering for your groups who are being reckless, basically.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah. So it's like a 3-roll.
Yeah.
Montage.
Yeah. So it's going to be boating, sword, boating, valor, and sword.
Oh, boating.
Yeah.
All right. We'll
see. I mean, yeah. I'll give you a +5 boating in general.
So
it cancels out. Yeah, all simply because it's this was an easy place. Like there's those conditions I think to worry about.
Yeah. Gorthrin's not at the helm of the boat, but he is commanding it. He's got like this is the spot, that kind of thing. Yeah,
exactly.
Gotcha. All right. The question is, do I want to call on a passion? And
get me close to them. I want to hit them with my sword.
Yeah, I think Gorthrin. It's just a practice rate, so we're just gonna go without a passion and see how it goes.
Sure.
Voting?
Yeah.
Hey, not a fumble. So we say boating, battle, and sword?
No, valor.
Valor, yes. There we go.
Sword. And all these were -5 for valor and sword.
Gotcha.
Okay, but that's still okay. All right, cool. 2 passes. That's good. Yeah, I think the takeaway result of this is that you're probably going to walk away with 1 fail here.
Mhm.
I think you're going to suffer a major wound, and I think you're just going to have to do one of those injury tests. Like we assume you get healed, but like basically incur like an aging kind of, you know what I mean? Like an aging roll as sort of like the wound, right?
As if it was wounded.
No, I guess you need to make us have basically Godwin's surgery test or whatever to see if you suffer a major a scarring thing like that. Is that how that works? It's been a minute. How does this work? So like I wrote in the raid rules, when you lose 1, when you're hurt 1, you suffer a major wound.
Okay.
And major wound doesn't turn into an age roll. There's a chance it's nothing, right?
Yeah, if it gets healed. This is one of those things where I think I've only dealt with this once.
Yeah.
for Gorthrin, like a long time ago.
Yeah, I know. This is such a
All right. So damage from injury that is equal to or greater than con.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a surgery roll.
All right.
Yeah, it looks like it's a major wound is a agent roll regardless. Yeah, and then it's like you roll to see if it gets infected and all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm. And you immediately fall unconscious unless you make a roll against your hit points, which would take Gorthrin out of being able to lead if he was downed by a major wound.
Oh, never mind. Sorry. No, here's what happens. You're not hurt. My bad. You just suffer 3d6 HP damage. Ignore armor, and that determines the wound.
Yeah. I remember us having something like that.
Yeah,
in the Anarchy,
exactly. That's what I was using. I was using the rating ones, but I accidentally rolled the part that if you failed all of the rolls, you roll in this hurt table. I'm like, these are all fucking terrible. What was I thinking? For 1 success? No, it's beneath it because its successes is you hold them off, but it's 3d6 HP damage. Ignore armor.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So it's not nothing.
Yeah, exactly. 11. Okay, I don't think that's enough for a major wound.
It is not.
But that's the idea is that you could take damage that could be a major wound is sort of like the idea. But it could be.
Gotcha.
I don't think it was even like for you. You have such a high stuff.
I have a con of 17. So
there's technically a 5-6-6 chance. Yeah, exactly. Very rare chance. But yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Great. All right. Gotcha. Thanks for helping me out there. Okay.
No, it's all right.
Yeah. So
it has been about a year since we've used the rating rules.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I imagine this sort of just represents like, you know, a kind of a shoulder injury. Not necessarily like you get stabbed or something like that, but just, you know, physically thrown off the horse or something. Yeah.
Because it's like the boating failure. It's like maybe the water's too deep, you know, and get in. It just
you're like coughing up. Wrong. Yeah. Or your ankle. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. Right.
Took a lung full of seawater.
Yeah. So by the end of it, you all are pooped and wiped from the fight. Then let's just roll to see how the rest of the other 2 are going. So if you could you roll me a d20 under 16? This is your uncle, and then Colin, could you roll me a d20 for Godwin? And this is sort of like the last bit of the raid for their side here. Okay, so Godwin's side also is not doing that great.
Godwin's isn't.
Yeah. All right.
Does the uncle realize it?
Yeah, but I think that's sort of just like the
nature of the beast.
Yeah, exactly. Like not everyone's going to be doing a great job on a raid, but it's not necessarily
because we're not like all hitting the same spot.
Exactly.
We're all sort of like
going different beaches. Yeah, exactly. Right. And it just so happens that in terms of the progress and glory and loot, so then when we all are returning back on Shale, you can see that his uncle is sort of like, you know, the old master raider has been like. Yeah, like these guys are the good ones, right?
Yeah. Well, we acquitted ourselves well. Pouring seawater out of his boots?
Yeah. I mean, you're like kind of tallying the dead and wounded here, and you know, it's for you all. I think I need like a either this should be a roll or like it's left to be a choice here of. do you want to all right, do you want to I'm thinking of a good hard choice here because you got like basically like a middling raid result here, right?
Yeah.
So which to me thinks it's a kind of a partial success in terms of the spirit of here. So you could either achieve what you wanted, where you the folks that were here got the training that they needed, but it costs more lives than you thought. So like, you know, it was, but the ones that did survive are forever like, okay, we're on the straight and narrow path now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
B, you could keep these alive and have a better training in a future year. Right. So like,
so
but,
more
but you don't,
pool,
yeah.
but they didn't learn as much. Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't learn. Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with the first one. Like,
it
cost us something.
I have a third choice, or something else that you can think of. The third choice, though, would be they learn stuff, more survive, but you've lost the respect of Godwin and his uncle, right? Where they're like,
that's a real one,
right? Where it just makes it even another bigger problem. Like, do you want what you want at the cost of a great problem, or do you want to suffer the smaller problem? So or something else that we could come up with. But I think those are like a cool three choice. I think I want to see by the end of the day here how you would handle it.
Yeah. I kind of like the first one because of the story it tells with the die rolls and everything, because we probably did lose a lot to just accidents and stupid mistakes and people, you know, advancing too quickly while their compatriots are getting off the boat. And so those that survived would have witnessed all of those errors and, we're not going to go down like this guy. We're not going to drown in the, whatever. We're not going to rush.
Honestly,
before, like I kind of like that they're the hardened nugget.
Yeah. If I could have, like if I had the visual effects budget for this episode, it's very much like a horror movie. The first session, it's reminiscent of Erwin and Garrett's raid. You know what I mean? Of just this first person, like what the fuck is going on? Like I'm like it's the dead of night, just fucking arrows and javelins going everywhere. I don't know. My horse isn't here. I have no idea where anyone else is. People are just screaming in the river.
It's the exact opposite of kind of fighting where it's like, okay, we're all gonna line up nice and neat in a row. Knees touching, stirrups, well adjusted.
Yeah, right.
Go on my signal. Yeah, it's nothing like that. Yeah.
Exactly. So just it's terrifying. But okay,
we beat the Saxons.
Yeah. And I think which is cool. So then I think actually like your uncle. So I think the uncle obviously gives a tribute over to Godwin and stuff. And then Godwin gives it off. You get your plenty of share, and it's supposed to be that these spoils then you give off to.
Absolutely,
your guys, right?
Yeah, we'll distribute them to the survivors.
So I think you can basically give out, let's just assume that these guys get a Librum, right?
Awesome.
Because it was a relatively meager raid, but in terms of the treasure and stuff.
There's less of them to have to distribute.
Yeah, and I think more importantly, I think you probably see the uncle who, remember, you don't really see eye to eye with him. He's about it the old ways, about the raiding. Like, that's why he's so good at the, you can kind of picture that sort of like conservative, patriarchal type guy. The very like stereotypical here. And he's like, hand on your shoulder, like, you did good today. And your men fought well.
Yes.
He doesn't acknowledge the loss, but he says, you fought well.
Yeah. I could see where the Saxon fighting spirit comes from. This is quite invigorating.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gordon had fun. This is a good time for him.
Well, we'd be happy to take you on more often, but I know how much I think he would say how much your king, but it's kind of like a misspeak. Commands of you, or his lady.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Still, I would love to sail by your side one day.
Yeah. You fight. And he's like, with a fighter like you, no world could be on, like, there's nothing we couldn't conquer, right. like, and he admits, like, you are without a doubt one of the best fighters I've ever seen. I can see why Swedrin loves you. It's kind of like the idea, right? That it's like,
I'll take a compliment. Yeah.
I will never eat those eel pastries, but you're a cool guy.
More for me.
Yeah. And so yeah, you were in his respect and admiration today for
that's what I'm looking for. It cost us a lot, right? Like I'm assuming the casualties are significant. But that's I guess that's the if we wanted a training, we would have done it somewhere safe, like on a lake. Yeah. I wanted the real deal.
Yeah.
So
yeah, basically this is like what Saxons would do as like their paging program. Like these are like this is, like this, or like this is what a squire does. That you guys are all established knights and doing this for the first time, and of course it was messy.
For
sure.
All right, awesome.
Yeah. Well that works out well. The news, I think, coming back for like the sort of like the fall and later summer part of 528, like basically time has passed enough that a letter could have come in back from Rome, or like news from the French have arrived, and that the senators have all decreed that with a more than, let's say 60 of them or whatever, have all said that like Arthur is no longer the lawful person, crown or not. And so they're basically they're saying that they are going to ignore the crown and just say we're going to pretend this never happened and this crown doesn't exist, which is like crazy.
Right. So they just show how meaningless it is.
Yeah. And that's and exactly. And when Arthur gets that letter, that's like good. We're definitely not going back to they are barbarians. You know what? Like, well, let's leave that hive of scum and villainy to the rats. Like, you know what? They can have it. That's not these foreign holdings, they don't mean anything to me. My love is here. Right? As Acewin said, we are this started from them forcing me to try to bend the knee to them. It was never from a heart of wanting to conquer the world.
For sure.
Nice.
All right.
All right. Urian's reports that the Sea Raiders and Picts have been swelling in number. And that next year we should follow with Gorthrin's idea, and we actually really should have a fleet and attack them.
Yes.
It's becoming too much of a problem.
Speaking of that, is it possible to commission ships?
Yeah. This would be the time.
Yeah. Gorthrin's got some money to spend. And a warship's only 20 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, only.
Just the cost of a warhorse.
Right. Yeah. I don't know what.
That's a good equivalent.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. In the lifetime of it, it'll be much more expensive because of the crew and everything. But just to get the planks of wood together. It depends on how many shipbuilders we have, I guess.
I mean,
that's a weird question.
You got. Yeah, I imagine you have. I mean, are you asking for like what is the maximum number of ships you can basically commission right now for yourself?
Well, I mean, just for personal curiosity, just Gorthrin might commission
I don't know,
one or more, but also like who's leading?
No more than two. All right,
no more than two.
Yeah,
right. That's fair. Like. Who all's responsible for gathering this force together and like, because Gorthrin's kind of like just doing his own thing, assuming he has the blessing of the king because he's acting in the interest of the kingdom.
Yeah.
But if there's like a sea marshal, like I said, or a master of the navy or something.
Yeah. I think we'll probably have so there were a couple like new roundtable knights from last year. And I think they're eager to prove themselves. And so I think one of them will probably step up. In fact, let's go with Floridas the Pict himself, wanting to settle this up.
All right.
Like, I know those people well.
Yeah. In that case, I guess I'll coordinate with Floridas. and commission 2 warships.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe talk to Godwin's uncle about where to go to find some people to
crew these.
To crew them.
Yeah. I think because of the respect that you showed and stuff like that, I think he'd be willing to put up himself and others to do this for you. Right. I think that's another thing. I think that would be a nice little touch. Be like, no, you demonstrated yourself very well. We'd be happy to sail with you. You know, and like to him, he's like, let the always be damned. Let's raid.
Yeah.
You know, right. Like after demonstrating yourself, he's like, fuck that. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's sail. Yeah. So Gorthon he'll spend all of his 18 energy this year seeing to those and getting the crew together and all that stuff. He's got a project.
Yeah. Cool. And the reason why I'm letting you do 2 rather than 1, because it's not like necessarily a household project that's using your workers, right? It's like it's a shipbuilding place somewhere else. So, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So we're gonna have a naval battle next year.
Sweet.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, with my 1 swimming.
Yeah. All right. Shall we do the winter?
Sure. Yeah. Are you getting glory for the raid?
Oh yeah. Sorry. 45. That basically includes like the money and the conspicuous spending and stuff from it, right?
Yeah. All that good stuff.
Yeah, not just like the battle, but the simulation of it all. Okay. Winter. All right then. The year 528 comes to a close. It is a calm year. Misfortune's only a 14. So let's do checks. Let me open my window because it is hot as heck over here. It is all right. This is how sensitive I am to weather now. It is 21. You know, it's like probably 77 or something like that over here, and I'm like sweating. This is yeah. Sorry, Mr. 105 in Texas or whatever.
Oh man, yeah. This last week.
Yeah.
My dad sent me a text. 105. It's 8 p.m. 105 degrees. Like, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Wild.
All right, where are my checks?
No, it's not even 70. It's 69. And I'm like, it's so hot.
If I don't have moving air on me, I sweat. It doesn't matter what the temperature is.
That's what it is. My door's closed, and that's the problem. Anyways.
So it doesn't look like, except for the checks I get from like my manor, I don't have any other checks. Energetic.
You should get Lance. Hold on, you should have Lance, man. You just from the joust.
I already have Lance checked from my tilt thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Valorous. It's got. There's really no way to raise this above a 20, is there?
NPCs have Valorous and stuff higher than 20, but yeah, there's no.
Because it's like I think you just
gained 20 glory, man. I think that. Yeah, I think that's the answer. You're just getting an additional 20 glory because there's nothing you can. If you just crit Valorous when you already have a 20, there's like technically
it can't be it's not like it gets to 21. I know that there's things that will impose a penalty on it, like supernatural beings and things, but I figure that's what traits. Your passions are for.
Yeah, that's true. You could generate a directed trait.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like a positive one for sure. Let's do that. That's a great idea, Colin.
Okay.
Valorous to the obvious one to me would be like against the Frisians, but
yeah, or on the sea.
Yeah, let's do Valorous on boats. Yeah,
because the directed traits, there's no like category of them. It's just sort of whatever. Like I've also got cruel to archers.
Yeah.
You know, which sucks for the archers in my retinue. And so directed trait, it takes the base and then adds. Okay. Sweet. Hey now, getting good with that falcon. Ooh, wow, hunting. Intrigue stays same. Gorthon continues his religious studies.
Slowly getting up there. Yeah. Oh, Cormac wants to know, do warships get names like the horses do?
Maybe. I mean, I don't name horses.
They're typically named after divine stuff.
Yeah.
At least that's what my 5 minutes of Google searching revealed.
Yeah, because it's you really are on a hope and a prayer.
Yeah.
Sweet. So yeah, I got some nice spread of stuff that increased. Very good. All right. Aging. That's one.
That's one. Yeah, 5 or 9 is one.
Come on, 6.
No fear.
Nothing. That's fine. The last few years, I've lost.
Yeah.
Gorthon's looking rough. He's down from his appearance last year. Yeah. All right.
Colin, have you done aging yet?
Aging, no.
Right. Oof. 2 aging rolls. Another 2d6. And each of those
4 attributes.
No.
Oh no, 3. Yep, you're right. It wasn't a 2 or 12. Okay. Five, 4, and 1.
No.
Yikes.
No, you roll too many. It's just 5 and 4.
Oh, okay.
When you roll a 4 or a 10, two attributes are affected. You roll a 2d6 to determine those 2 attributes, and you got a 5 and a 4. App and con.
Not great.
Yeah, what is 5 and a 4 is?
Appearance and con.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Appearance, I don't care about as much as con.
Yeah.
These characters are aging much less gracefully than their parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at it like
something in the water.
A few years before Gorthon, or for Irwin. I don't think he had any aging roles in that 5 years.
Yeah. And again, Acewin is only 7 years away from when her father died.
Yeah.
Gareth died at 48. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
Let's see. All right. And once any of our stats reaches 0, we're out. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's sort of like how death by old age works mechanically.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I imagine we probably retire the character far before that happens.
Yeah. I would love to be able to retire Gorthon
alive.
If you can't have, and just have him be just a lord of the Isle of Wight. Just an old man.
Hold on. We're at 528. I think this coming year, Archibald is going to be a squire. He was born in 513.
Wow. They grow up quick, don't they?
Yeah. And basically, this is where I start feeling less pressure to keep Acewin alive. Because now I know I have a playable heir at this point.
Yeah, I've got, I presumably Cadwalla has
multiple.
is squired to somebody because she was eligible in 527. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but it would have been one of the. Yeah, it would have been one of. Honest. Hey, it was the random night that we played with today, because they were probably on garrison duty. And when you were out, Jim, Colin played a random night. It's probably maybe squired to that guy. Or, I mean, you could have been squired to someone else entirely, like not in Salisbury.
I remember it was one of the things that I had before we left for Rome that Gorthron was like, make sure XYZ. And then Sweeterin came to the continent.
Right.
So we're not sure who.
Right, because if they got squired in the year everyone was gone, they would have to.
Yeah. It'd have to be with a garrison night.
Yeah. And thus, probably over here. In today's raid.
Yeah, yeah.
Even better. Let's leave it open for next session. Let's say that their knight died in the raid, and then we get to pick a new one. So let's do that.
Because I would love. What I'm gunning for is that she could be squired to a round table night, but I don't know if that's possible.
It's definitely possible. For someone like you, many doors are open.
That's what I'd like. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, but I'll make a note to talk about next time.
Yeah, we'll follow. No, I already made a note for myself. That'll be the first thing I'm prepping next time. But yeah, feel free to remind me.
Will do. What's next? Because like all of Gorthron's kids are out of the house. Yeah. Helid, his youngest, is a page in 529. So in 529 will be the first time for Gorthron and Sweeterin that they've had no kids. I guess one of the other things I like to figure out is what Sin is up to. The changeling.
Yeah. They've been... How old is Sin now? 20?
Old enough to be a squire.
Yeah. Not 21.
I thought she was supernaturally young.
Yeah.
Because we found her wrapped in a baby blanket, right?
Yeah. Let's go with okay. Yeah, I think they are squiring.
All right.
Although I think they'll find someone to squire. That'd be okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it was one of those things where I had planned on, that she would always just live in the household and basically if it wanted to be a household night, just because of who she is, where she came from, and didn't figure another knight would want to take her on. She's got kind of like a ill reputation,
Yeah, I'll have to give it some thought, but I think it's possible.
Okay. Sweet. All right. Well, I got only one kid to roll for then for Chunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know they grow up so fast.
Mm-hmm. There they go. Before they're someone else's problem.
Yep. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, I definitely would say from a GM as an aside, something that I really think I should have done more of is wards. And that every time you all go off, you coming back with more kids, like just random ass fucking kids from across the thing. Like, they're hostages. They're part of my family now.
They're hostages. Yeah, exactly. For sure.
Yeah. I forget about that.
What's next?
We've done that. We've done aging. We've done household member survival and stuff. Now we do econ. We do the spreadsheets.
Household survival.
Yeah, sorry. We do household member survival is the second part of aging, and then we do economic circumstances.
Yeah, I got all mine survived.
Gwern's still going strong.
That's incredible.
Yep. He's 40. He is 69 years old.
Yeah. All right.
Vacation, never heard of her.
Yeah. That's like literally the only person. Oh, hold on. There we go.
Hey, Wobbit made it. Hey, Wobbit, how's it going?
Still a grosse de land de merde.
All right.
Yeah, he got sent to Brittany this year.
Yep. And I think I may be getting a new squire. Double check. Gwagon of Vagon is 20 now. So this is my last year with him as a squire.
Wow.
So next year I will be getting a new squire. And I think I'm also getting a new
office squire.
No, my office squire just turned 19. So I still got 2 more years with him.
Oh, perfect.
Very good.
Economics. So now I roll.
Yeah. Or just we could do justice events.
Yeah, we got to do that stuff. So let's go do first justice event. All right, Gorthrin.
Yeah.
I demand justice. A peddler and an unconvincing farmer about knifing a horse thief. Yeah. So obviously the farmer stabbed this peddler, and we're dealing with.
Granny stole a horse and stabbed a peddler.
Yeah. We just can't even.
And the farmer's going,
these peddlers.
my mother didn't do nothing wrong. Oh, I stabbed him. I stabbed him right in the throat. Oh, shut up, Mom.
You got the one. There you go.
My client was nowhere near the sign. Yeah, I mean, I stabbed him.
Hey, I finally got a just.
Oh, finally.
This is the first time that Gorthers have been like,
you'll love to
seize the light of justice.
You beat me for sure. That reduces hatred by 1. Then you test your concern of commoners.
Let's see. What's my hatred at? I think my hatred might be
around 0.
I think it's 0. So if it reduces it by 1, does that mean I get the bonus?
No. You have to actually
actively
raise it. Yeah, that was one of the minor changes we made to the game.
Yeah. All right.
That's fine.
There we go.
As long as it's not a fumble.
So
no mod.
All right.
Ace wins justice event.
That's good.
Priest and a convincing farmer about heretical tools being missing. That's interesting.
It could be, yeah, or like maybe it's like an illegal copy of the Bible. It did like with the Apocrypha.
Yeah, it's in Kimrick or something.
Yeah,
it's a vernacular Bible.
Yeah.
Yep. The farmer's like, I don't know how to read, my lord. I swear. It's like you're writing right now, man. Yeah. I can see you. How dare you? How fucking dare you? Okay. Where's it? Just. My rolls have been hot garbage. Ooh, that's French for garbage.
How worldly of you.
Damn.
No, I have to roll under a 7.
Oh.
I fail.
LMAO.
So you pass. Reduce hatred.
Right.
Hatred goes down by 1. Then you test your concern.
That's really good because I haven't been accruing hatred. A certain lazy wife of mine has. So it's still -3. So my total concern is a 9. It looks like.
Hey, pass -5. All right. So the difficulties. So misfortune this year was 14, but for you, Colin's gonna be 9 because of that -5. So, Jim, this is -14. Whoa, crit.
Burn.
And this is for you, -9. Fail. A crit and a fail is the best thing you could have.
Yeah.
Or well, crit first fumble, I guess, but that's also pretty damn good.
All
right. So I fail for both of you, and Till's head passes, and gun it. I fail, and you crit. So that is an extravagant.
Awesome.
The hell? Whatever. Okay. I'm manually entering. It's 28. You got 28. You basically earned 28 for free. Do you want to live richly or do you want to live extravagantly?
What's the benefit of extravagantly?
There's a lot of stuff to household survival and birth rate stuff.
Don't really need any of that.
Otherwise, you basically
not glory,
just
don't care.
Then otherwise, you basically get reimbursed basically 8 free Librum this year.
Yeah, I'll take rich then.
Yeah. Okay. Till said, fail and pass means you live richly. So if you want to continue living richly, it doesn't cost you anything.
Yep, we will continue to live richly.
Yeah. Sounds good. It's like the first windfall Gunnet's had in like 50 years.
In a long time.
In a bit, yeah.
I was looking at all. -4, 0, -4, -4, -4, 0, 0, -8, -8, 0, -4, -16, 0, 0, 0, 4, -12, 0, 8, 12. Finally, +8. The first year, 528. It's actually the first time in any memory. In the entire historical record of the Gunnet line. You've had a positive year.
That means Gwyn's gonna die next year. I know it. He had his greatest triumph and just dead the next year.
I finally fucking take this place out of the red into the black, and incredible. You've been surviving off your random tributes, or reverse tributes. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Let's do the remaining.
Horse survival.
No, we got spouse and stuff. Horse survival comes up after.
Oh, right, spouse. Okay, let's see. Oops. Okay, well, that was supposed to be lazy. So an 18 still fails. So she does, in fact, do her industry. But she fails that too, so nothing.
They're busy putting down the hatred that they generated. Oh, Tail's head is 1, Gun is 2. Cool.
I get 1 for the dove coat.
My Dovecoat or apiary.
To be fair, yeah, you have always been making apiary money. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last 5 years, you've been making apiary money.
Yep. Bees. Gotta love the bees.
Oh, sorry. I had the wrong sheet open. No, it was the last 3 years you've been making it. Orthan, this is the first year you have not made it.
Where?
In a while.
Fuck. I've written down
you made the last 4 years.
How's my vineyard doing?
Your vineyard
breaking even.
Vineyard was built in 522. It's 528 now. How long does it take to materialize? I think that was like 10 years. That might be an orchard.
Yeah, an orchard. It's like they're in 4-year range bands of you're losing money, then breaking even, then losing.
So I'm in breaking even.
Then you'll start earning like 1 and then 2 and then up to 3 within
it.
20 years after its first.
Perfect. So long as someone doesn't burn it down.
Yeah. I'm surprised the pear orchard at Shoulderton survived the anarchy.
Other manorial income. 11 for Teal's head. You shouldn't be at 3, not 11. Miscellaneous income. Maybe nothing to declare. Gorthrin, you probably got 1 from the rating.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you would have gotten
4 for my holdings. I don't know that I have anything else.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I have any other. I'm spending 40.
Yeah. Colin, any expenses besides the conspicuous spending?
I'd like to set money aside for eventual equipment for Archie, but obviously not knighted yet. But I want to like start shaving off money and setting aside, putting in a trust fund.
I was gonna say, you want to open a trust? Okay.
Yeah.
Money aside for Archie. Okay. Final year total for Gunnet 104.
Okay.
Final year
3 Libra.
Final year total for Till's Head 271.
Jesus.
This is the first time you've dropped out of the 3s.
Out of the 3s,
for this entire decade.
Yeah.
I have on my sheet
it's all in that vault.
From 2 Libra tribute from Rome. I'm assuming because they repudiated Arthur as emperor. Yeah, so I'm just going to erase that.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. All right, I think the econ part is done. I mean, if you ever want to make money, selling those horses seems like a good way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you could really. I think it's sort of like selling ships in most sci-fi games. You could easily break the game by, like, oh, we captured another pirate ship. How much is
what
it
I
worth?
would like to do, actually, is for next year, I want to host a tournament and put up one of my horses as the prize.
Ooh.
Like a charger?
Yeah, I mean, I have exclusively chargers at this point. I have no, even my squire's riding a charger.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That's actually really bad. Because they do not want to go hunting with you or anything like that.
No, which that works out for me because I don't want to fucking go hunting. Historically, our family does not mix well with hunting, so that's fine. But I've got a 4-year-old horse that is the son of a horse that Arthur gave me.
Nice.
I figure that's
worthy
for some Salisbury knights to squabble over.
Yeah, totally. That'd be awesome.
Let's make sure it doesn't die first.
Fresh off the scribes bring over the
all right, charger is
it's like a boxing promotional jousting one with like the horse in the front, and then they're like, this won't do. They go back and scratch out the horse.
Oh, shit. All right. Okay, everyone's good.
Lovely.
All my horses survived.
A bunch of them. One. No.
All right.
I've got like a full state. I had a bunch from that came of age in 527. One of my coursers. One of my coursers that came of age last year does not make it.
Oh.
Yes. Next year, the first of the elf blood Andalusians comes of age.
Wow. Yeah.
That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be good.
Horses. Okay. Family roles. wishing to marry, all that kind of stuff. Childbirths.
Another good
and household
thing. I think Acewin's going to quietly be putting out feelers about like, I'm gonna have a son soon who's like gonna be a knight, legal age. Like, I want to make a good political marriage here. I think Acewin is entering this kind of mindset of like trying to arrange everything perfectly.
Yeah.
And for the son, for Archie's going to step onto the stage, and Acewin wants to make sure that Archie has like the best of everything.
Yeah.
And we'll see if that makes Archie a spoiled little shit. We'll see. When the time comes for me to play that character. Yeah. End up like fucking Bernie Wooster or some shit.
Yeah. Definitely one of the things I think you will find. I think we'll play this out for sure, but just so you know, like one of the things that I think that would be a big obstacle is just your lack of titles. Like obviously you're Winterborn Gunnet, but you're not like the Earl, right? Yeah. You're not, which is what people really want of your prestige.
Sure. Right? Hey, look, find me an earldom.
Yeah.
It's we just got a bunch of land in Normandy, right? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the big thing next. Like, all right, someone needs to slap a title on this conglomeration of estates and the like.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's technical. Yeah, and that's kind of why you conquest, right? So you get those titles, and then you can go back.
Yeah. It's one thing where it's like, all right, we're gonna go conquer Rome. Like I didn't expect many titles out of that, but
I can say next year,
Sea Raiders.
Yeah. Well, you are. Yeah. There's stuff like exactly next year. There's that, and as well as a little bit of Ireland. So you can all roll over. You can come over to my house and roll Dublin.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Yeah. I don't think any kids are. I think we've had our last kids for.
And household member improvement.
Yes. All right.
Gotta roll for Quern.
Yeah.
Now to see. Got a 21 to stewardship. It's not going up. Lena maxes out her industry.
Wow.
And that's it.
Speeder's intrigue is now 16.
Wow.
Nice.
Very cool. All right.
I'm remembering one of the things I was curious about now. Has Cohenhelm been ordained yet? I don't know if that's. I'm trying to see how old he is.
Yeah, for sure.
Because wherever he ends up, Gorthwood wants to set up a beneficence, like an annual in perpetuity endowment, wherever he ends up.
Yeah. Right. So it's like paid directly to him.
But to the church that he's at, so that it's well funded and they've got
sure,
all that good stuff.
Let me add.
So, like burn, make sure that a candle's lit in perpetuity for us, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Conehelm fund put in there. Yeah, I think it'll probably just be like 1 Libra or whatever, but it's probably fine. Oh,
it's a start. Yeah, he'll and maybe later Gorthon will build a church or something for him. It's like, what else is he going to do with this money? Yeah, Cohenhelm's 23 next year.
Yeah, exactly. Works plenty good.
And Speeder is 40. Okay. So Corthrin's I'm gonna put 5 points into boating because I don't want to have something in it.
Prudent. After training is glory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Training. What am I going for training? Sword is now 20. Never have to worry about that again.
Yeah, that's a nice
safe bet.
I passed a threshold, and so I'm going to bump my con.
Yeah.
Get it back up to 18.
It's fighting against the tide.
Yeah. Yep.
So close. About little less than 400 away from a threshold. So next year, definitely going to hit it.
Nice. Perfect.
I didn't get anything for the tournament, right?
Oh, you definitely should have. You should have gotten 50. Minor tournament.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, you're right. Rodgar basically got 100.
Oh, sweet.
Right. So basically, like runner-up would be 50, right?
Okay.
Half the glory.
All right.
Oh, did Rodgar win the Salisbury tournament?
Yeah, this year.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, cool.
Okay, then. Then I think that finishes 528. And then next year, episode 96 is the year 529.
Awesome. Yeah, we're well into the century now.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking about, I'm like, oh yeah, we just passed the. No, we're in it.
That's how it feels right now in real life, right? We're like, oh yeah, it's not 2001 again. It's this is actually, it's different.
Especially because I now routinely interact with people who were born this century, and it's just sort of like, man, you got no idea, kid.
Yeah. Oh man, you don't remember? You don't remember, like, I don't know, like eating freeze pops in like '96, listening to the Backstreet Boys, like I don't know.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even for you, you're the oldest of us, Jim. So you definitely even have even more '90s. Yeah, I know. This crazy. But
pre-internet days, sure.
Yeah.
I remember those. Not very well.
Yeah. That's what I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna get even more bizarre when it's like, oh yeah, no, I had an iPad since I was 4. You know, what is pre-internet?
Raising a kid who knows that anything he wants to know is just a touch away. He's like, well, just go get your phone, just look at it, and then he knows it's a touch screen, so he'll just start pushing. I was like, do not touch the phone. The internet is a wild place.
Wow.
You can't just go pressing buttons. So you're just like, oh yeah, I guess this kid is going to need to know about how to behave on the internet way sooner than I would expect. Yeah. Fun times.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of fun times, love the session. Love to be back here. Cool. And then next year we will be squaring off against the Irish.
Nice.
Hey.
Yeah.
Fun time.
Yep. Awesome. We theoretically good for next week?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, there you heard it. All right. We should be back next week for more Pendragon. Take care, y'all. Have a good one.